Good evening. This is the Pops concert, annual Pops concert. The song we just heard was Jump Production, and the soloist was Stephanie Steve. Now, normally, when we come up to introduce, we get to make fun of the soloist. Of course, I get the song with no soloist. So, here's my favorite song, Carry On.
song is Traces, featuring a solo by Eric Steves on saxophone. And I was trying to think of a few things to say about Eric. So I asked him what his favorite animal was, and he said princess. But I told him it wasn't an animal, and he said, but I always trace them, traces, into my notebook. So I guess that's what he loves. And if Eric starts looking at you a little weird, I told him if he gets nervous to envision you all with very little clothing on. So don't mind him.
This next song is Blues Machine, and it's played by the Junior Jazz, and it features solos by my lovely little sister, Margaret Sorrentino, right there on trumpet. And an alto sax solo by Kevin Martin.
Hello. The next song Virginia Jazz is going to do is 1 O'Clock Jump, featuring a wonderful tenor sax solo by Alex Mooney and a piano solo by my little sister Brienne, who, after an unfortunate incident with the shower this morning, which she lost, ask her to smile. She still managed to fight through and be here to play for us tonight.
Hello. The next song tonight is Watch Your Step by a solo by Kim Sylvia on the piano.
next song is Bad Attitude with 2 solos. The first one is by Matt Boland, who is wearing a really weird hat and is a self-proclaimed, what they call him? Tower of Power. And he also scored third place today during a track meet in the discus, right? We also have a solo by Julie Martell, who has to, unfortunately, share a stand with me. Well, unfortunately for her, I guess. But, you know, she has to put up with me the entire time, so, you know, I promise to wear this hat for her, okay? So here we go, Bad Attitude. Enjoy.
Attention, please. The next song is Memories of Our Heart, featuring solos by Katie Martell on trombone and Rob Hayes on vibes. Attenciones, por favor. Proxima canción recuerdos del corazón. Presentito el trombone solo de Katie Martel y los vive solo de Roberto Hayes. Hi again. I found these in my room the other week, and I don't know what my parents were thinking when they bought them for me. It's just a pair of bathing suits that doesn't fit me anymore. But the next song is on Broadway, having a solo by Matt Martin on alto sax. He just got the solo a few weeks ago and has worked very hard on it, and he is amazing. Thank you.
the century, there lived a man by the name of Scott Joplin. He was an African-American musician, and throughout his lifetime he composed numerous works. However, during his lifetime, he really never achieved any great fame or notoriety. It wasn't until lately that he has been named one of the greatest American musicians of all times. You wonder, what does somebody have to do to get a title like that? He even won a Pulitzer for what he did. All he had to do was create an entirely new form of music. The new form of music is what we call ragtime, so named for what we call rags, or a specific syncopated rhythm that occurs in the piano. Anyway, most of you are probably wondering, what does ragtime have to do with anything with jazz? Well, without ragtime, there would be no jazz. Right around the time that jazz came about, ragtime and several other styles of the time influenced and actually gave birth to the style of jazz. And from jazz came everything that you've been hearing tonight, specific jazz, swing, rock, and everything in between. So I say again, without Scott Joplin, there really wouldn't be any jazz, because Scott Joplin was the king of ragtime. What I'm about to play is Make Believe Rag, one of Scott Joplin's most famous pieces. It's actually put it this way, it was the first sheet music to ever sell over 1 million copies. And for the turn of the century, 1900, that was a really big thing. So, without further ado, Make Believe Rag by Scott Joplin.
Okay, well, this is a little intimidating here. Well, this is the first and last time that I'm ever going to get to do this, so understandably, I want to do something big. So, yeah, that's right. So I compiled a list. It's a top 10 list. It's the top 10 reasons why the adults in the audience came to see the Pops concert tonight. All right. Reason number, and I'll try to do this very quickly. Reason number 10,
They actually finished their taxes on time this year. Reason number 9. They're sick of listening to Larry King and Bill O'Reilly. You know you're watching too much war coverage once Geraldo Rivera starts appearing in your dreams. Reason number 8. They heard the in-laws were coming early for the holidays. I'm just joking. Reason number 7. They have a better chance of winning the 50-50 raffle than the Red Sox and Celtics do of winning their games tonight. Hey, it's true. Reason number 6. SpongeBob SquarePants is in repeats tonight. Reason number 5. They have nothing to read until June 27th when Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix finally comes out. Mark your calendar for that one there. Reason number 4. Rather than waste $8.50 and see Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson star in Anger Management, they could spend $2 to see Dan Lasallo and Matt Owens, who have plenty of their own problems. Reason number 3. They couldn't find a restaurant to eat at tonight. The 99 was packed like usual, and McDonald's was closed for inspection. Again. Only 4 of the restaurants were open in Wilmington. Dunkin' Donuts. Reason number 2. They heard a rumor that the Easter Bunny was going to be here, but unfortunately he won't be. And reason number 1, the number 1 reason why you, the adults in the audience, came to see the Pops concert tonight was to listen to our music. Duh. Right. And the next song we're going to perform for you is called Barracuda Bay, and while it features no soloists, the song does have a really neat rhythm break.
called Over the Rainbow. It features a trombone solo by my man Matt Murphy, Eric Steves on the saxophone, Rob Hayes on the vibes, and Mike Patel on the piano. Sorry, Mike.
Next song features an alto sax solo by Matt Martin, a trumpet solo by Dan Vassallo, and a trombone solo by Katie Martell. And I'd watch out for this trio. They have a history of doing conduct that may be qualified as disorderly. And if you heard about a recent incident, they actually sabotaged one of our members' trucks and tried to destroy the vibes because they don't like Dan Marino. But to Miss Meddy's credit, she actually put the vibes back together, and this crew was not lucky this time. But I watch out. That's why I have my hard hat on. I'm kind of scared of them. Thanks.
And the first song is called Volcano. We'll hear yet another beautiful, majestic solo by none other than the lovely Maggie Tarantino. Hey.
The next song is Blue Midnight. It features an alto sax solo again by Kevin Martin. And by the way, Kevin learned everything from me. The next song is Blue Midnight.
God, wasn't Kevin great? It's kind of just luck, you know. I kind of got up here and I looked at the program and according to this,
Kevin has yet another solo. So Kevin's going to be playing another alto sax solo here in Steam Shuffle. I'd like just to add, by the way, that Kevin learned everything from me, not that other kid.
Finders Keepers, it features a drum solo by Greg Stewart, and yeah, fun.
Before we do this, I do want to take a moment just to recognize our 8th graders. Greg Stewart is one of them, and back there we have also in the drum section, Justin Steves, Greg Bell, and Brian Abbott. Can you pop your little heads up?
next song is Fiesta Latina SA with a solo by El Diablo Dan Klein. And if you don't like two Latin songs with two Latin stereotypes, remember this. I'm just kidding.
The next song is Fast Forward, and it features a duet with Katie Martell and Matt Murray. And Dan, did you know that this song was written for a trombone circus a couple of years ago.
Circus, huh? So that's why they got the duet.
Well, no, they got it because they're talented. If it had anything to do with a circus, we would be up there.
Can I have Katie Martell and Matt Murphy and Michael Sorrentino come up here for a second? They're in trouble now. Okay, you stand there. You stand here. Michael, you come over here on this side. 6 years ago, Michael and Matt were in the 3rd grade, and Katie was in the 4th grade. And I remember this because 6 years ago, I only had 2 trombones in the middle school, and I think I had 1 trombone in the high school. And we were really pushing to get trombones and get them some experience. So I asked Miss D if she would use every single trombone she could in what was then the junior jazz. We used to have an elementary jazz band when we still had 3rd graders. So, of course, Katie was in there, and we had 2 3rd graders in the jazz band who had been playing for approximately 12 weeks. You know, which is probably not ideally educationally, but hey, we needed trombones, so. And I remember the first rehearsal, I stuck my head in the door because I had a vested interest. I wanted to see how they were doing, and I had said to her, now, I want you to be as warm and fuzzy to the trombones as you can because I really want them to stay. So as I stuck my head in the door, I'm watching Katie trying to empty the water out of her trombone. Now you have to understand that when you're only this big, here's what happens. You can't really reach. Here.
The water key is down here. So you have to hold this open and blow through it. Well, a 3rd grader, if they hold this open, it goes like that. If they blow through it, they can't reach. So what they do is they do it with their foot.
But in order to do that and do it really well without dropping the trombone, they have to kind of brace it on their lip. And when you do that and you blow, you usually make a sound. Now, Miss D had a rule. if you play while I'm talking, you put your instrument away. So as I'm walking into the room, Katie's trying to blow the water out. She goes, "Bleh. Put your trombone away." So I'm thinking, perhaps she didn't understand what I meant by warm fuzzy. So I look over, and Matt and Michael look like they're about ready to cry, and I thought, isn't that sad? Here's that, so cute. They're feeling so bad for her. They're upset, and then I realize, no, they're panicked because the fourth grader has got her trombone put away, and now it's just them, and they've only been playing for 12 weeks. So I ran back into my office, and I got my trombone, and I got a chair, and I made them move over, and I sat down, and I realized that Michael and Matt were exactly the same height as I was sitting down when they were standing up. It was incredible. So while she was going on, I was trying to make her feel better. I told Katie how to do the water key thing without making a noise so you wouldn't get in trouble. And I'm talking to them, and I got them going, and I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to write the notes in. Don't worry about it. And so we started out. Next thing I know, I look over at Michael, and he's just like, I said, what's the matter? He says, I don't know any of these notes. And I said, all right, Michael, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write the numbers in for the position, and while she's rehearsing the rest of the band, you all sit here and you move your slide along with the notes, and you can get some extra practice. And that seemed to calm them down, and I was feeling really good about getting them all geared up until, hold this.
So after that was pretty good.
The next song is called Green Onions, and it's by Booker T and the MGs.
And we've got two solos, one by Matt Boland and one by Ashley Ricardo. Wow, that guy.
That guy's wicked cool, DB.
Yeah, he's snapping. He's got to be cool.
If a guy's snapping, he's definitely cool, DB.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so during the song, the intro, like everyone knows it. So since the very first time we played it, me and Dee been snapping fingers. So everyone in the crowd snap fingers, or me and Dee will come on feet.
you a couple of things. First of all, when you leave this evening, please feel free to take a picture of your child from the board out in the lobby if you wish. We're having a reception in the cafeteria right afterwards where we have cookies and punch, and that's thanks to the band parents. I'd like to thank them very much for that. I'd like to also thank Julie Kelly for doing our lights and sound tonight. It's Julie's birthday, so that's above and beyond. Thank you. I'd like to thank Julia McDougall for doing our spotlight. And I'd like to thank Dan Spriggs for taking pictures. This is the one section in the slideshow that I can't take because I'm actually kind of busy. So Dan comes in every year and does the slides and does a great job. Thanks, Dan. And I'd like to thank the custodian, our custodian Dennis, our head custodian here, Dennis, who puts up with our mess for the last few days and does a great job and doesn't complain a whole lot. I'd like the junior jazz to stand up and take one more bow. And after our last selection, I'd like you all to join us in the cafeteria. Thank you.
Our song tonight is called My Only Wish. It features my sister, twin sister, Julie Martell, and she does an awesome job, so, Julie.
Go, Julie! Yeah, Julie! Happy Maggie!